Animals are some of nature's most beautiful creations, but sometimes these precious creatures end up in unfortunate situations that they just can't escape. But luckily for them, there are kind and brave people out there who are willing to help. So join us as we look at 100 of the most heartwarming animal rescues that'll make you cry. This poor little duck was buried under the snow, freezing to death. Luckily for him, these kind people noticed his cries for help and rescued him in time. These kayakers were having a good time together when they noticed a poor crow drowned in the water. They immediately moved their boat towards it and took it out of the water. The crow was in bad shape, but thanks to these heroes, it survived. Snakes are often thought of as dangerous, but the reality is that they're animals just like the rest of us. Luckily for this snake, these brave men saved it from drowning and returned it to a safe habitat.
बहुत ही ज़्यादा टफ। तो दोस्तों, इन तीनों सांपों को यहाँ पर मैंने पर्यावरण में
This bat, also known as a flying fox, was found alone on the side of the road. Had it been left on its own, it most certainly wouldn't have survived. However, this lovely woman rescued it and nursed it back to health. These poor flying foxes seem to end up in unfortunate situations, as this one ended up almost drowning in a family's pool. Luckily for the bat, these kind people took it out of the water and saved its life just in time.
Don't you even think about biting me. Hello, mate. You handsome fellow. Actually, his name has to be Montpelier.
This poor elephant fell into a ditch and was struggling to escape. The construction workers that were operating at the site decided to help it using the excavator, and the elephant even showed its gratitude after it got out. This adorable little fox cub was abandoned and stuck under a pile of wood. It never would have survived these harsh conditions on its own, but luckily, these people happened to notice it struggling and decided to save its life. And only a few months later, it's now a happy and healthy fox. These hikers came across a baby squirrel stranded underneath a stick. Even though the stick seemed small to us, the squirrel was powerless and couldn't have made it out alive. But these guys not only saved the squirrel's life, they also adopted the squirrel and built it a whole setup so he could live as well as any squirrel ever has. This person was kind enough to release this poor octopus back into its natural habitat. You can see the octopus immediately looks healthier, and then it puts one of its arms on the person to say thank you before swimming off. This poor leopard got its head stuck in a metal pot and couldn't see or breathe properly. Thankfully though, these brave people managed to get the pot off its head, and the leopard can be seen afterwards, exhausted but alive. Orcas may be the apex predators of the ocean, but they're not invincible. This poor orca was stuck in the ice, unable to make its way out. That is, until these brave souls decided to help it, saving its life in the process.
Ой-ой-ой, сейчас по морде ударит.
This feisty little bobcat got one of its paws stuck in a trap, and it was clearly in a lot of pain. Fortunately, these guys found it, and even though the bobcat was very aggressive, they still managed to get it out of the trap and set it free. Wolves are the kind of animals that are meant to roam freely, which makes these guys releasing this wolf such a beautiful thing to see. Birds are precious creatures, but so many of them die in infancy, so the video of this bird owner and their baby bird warms our hearts. This good boy was stuck at the edge of this sewer and was clearly in big trouble, but the good people making this video alerted local authorities and they saved him. This poor little kitten was all alone and definitely wouldn't have made it out alive had this kind girl not noticed and rescued her.
Oh, meu Deus. Okay.
These guys were exploring an abandoned water park in San Diego when a couple of dogs caught their attention. When they followed them, they realized that a third dog was drowning in a pool nearby, so they immediately saved it from the water. This stray mama dog lives near this man's house, and she always comes to him when she needs food and shelter for her puppies. This adorable little bird couldn't take the scorching heat anymore and decided it was gonna take shelter in the car of these kind people.
I don't know what's going on with this little fella. Is he stunned or is he just escaping the heat? What's going on?
I think he's escaping the heat, mate. Aircon's on.
I'm bloody well, he's trying to steer the bus then.
Animals are so much smarter than we give them credit for. Like this pufferfish asking this diver for help getting a hook out of its mouth.
I just wanted to show you guys the other perspective really quick. Saying goodbye to my friend, and then he swims away. Says thank you to Brittany and I for our help in rescuing him.
It takes nerves of steel to approach a snake, let alone handle and rescue it. But this firefighter was brave enough to rescue it and return it to a safe habitat. This mama dog's puppies were stuck in this pipe with no way of getting out. Helpless, she tried to get the attention of humans, who instantly came to her puppy's rescue. These people set out to save one stray puppy they had received a call about, but ended up finding two more, and they saved all three of them. Animal Rescue received a call about a litter of kittens being thrown in a nearby river. They rushed to the scene to attempt to rescue them. Tragically though, only one of the kittens survived. Animal Rescue in China received reports of a stray dog walking along a river in the heavy snow. They rushed down there to find the poor dog shivering and starving and saved it from the cold. This poor old man lost everything when his house burned down, but somehow he was still happy. That's because he saved the one thing that meant most to him in the entire world, his cat. This poor dog has spent her entire life chained to this wall and was never loved or cared for at all. But these rescuers not only freed her, but took her in and made sure she got the love that she so deserved. Much like the last clip, this dog was tied up and abandoned without food or water. Here she's so malnourished that you can see her ribs. Once again, animal rescuers saved this dog and made sure she got the love and care that she deserved. "85 dogs and puppies and 4 cats were found extremely neglected and living in distressing conditions at a home in England. But thanks to the Animal Rescue Corps and the county sheriffs, the property owner was forced to surrender them. The animals were heroically saved and given immediate medical care. Just witness their incredible transformation and their hopeful journey to find forever homes across the country." Crocodiles, like snakes, are considered very dangerous, but that doesn't mean they don't deserve rescuing too. This crocodile had fallen inside a well and got stuck, until these brave men helped it out. As we saw in the last video, wells can be very tricky for animals to get out of. Thankfully, these caring people were there to help this cat escape. Not 1, not 2, not even 10, but 108 tortoises were stuck in this well. Saving all of them was a very difficult job, but these kind souls managed to rescue all of them. This python managed to find itself stuck on the roof of a local man. He called the authorities to let them know, and they sent people over to safely retrieve and release the snake somewhere safe. Deer are some of the sweetest creatures on the planet. This poor deer fell into a raging canal and there was no way it was getting out on its own. But that's when animal rescuers jumped in and successfully pulled it out. This cute cat somehow ended up stuck in an agricultural well and she couldn't get out on her own. Luckily, Animal Rescue was there to save the cat. But it's not always just small animals that need saving. This bear was stuck in a trap on top of a tree, and it took an entire team of professionals to save it. Thankfully, they managed to rescue it without anyone getting injured. A poor turtle was under the attack of a tiger shark, and its chances for survival were slim. That is, until these brave guys jumped in and saved it.
Get him out of here, this big damn shark. Alright, we got him.
This baby kitten was all alone by a dumpster, and even a local cat wasn't interested in raising her. So, these lovely people decided to take her in and adopt her as part of their family. It takes a brave soul to walk onto a highway, but this lady did just that in order to save this poor baby kitten who was helplessly stuck there.
Господи, как все случилось только. Не, мама.
people don't like skunks, but that didn't prevent this nice guy from removing a cup that was stuck on a poor skunk's face.
I'm just trying to help you out, homie. Don't try to flex on me. Get out of here. Go.
This nest of birds was stuck in a really tall structure, and their mother wasn't coming back. It's very likely that they would have fallen down and seriously hurt themselves. But thankfully, these construction workers decided to make the dangerous journey to save them themselves. This guy saw this little hummingbird and decided to make a new friend by feeding it.
Welcoming into the neighborhood.
A poor little gecko got stuck in some packaging tape and couldn't get out. While some people may have ignored this struggling creature, this one-of-a-kind person noticed and not only took the tape off, but also washed him off too. This good boy was abandoned by his owners and spent days roaming around hungry and cold. Luckily for him, these people rescued him and found someone that was willing to adopt him too. Beaches are supposed to be fun, but this poor osprey fell into the water and couldn't get back out. That's when a brave surfer dove in after him and brought him to shore, saving his life.
Is that it, bud?
This mama duck was so worried because her babies had fallen into a grate. So these heroes swooped in and helped rescue all of her babies. They really need to consider making the wells narrower, because at the end of the video it looks like the mother's about to make the same mistake again. This poor shark had washed up on the shore of a beach and it was barely alive. But thankfully, we have kind people like this guy who managed to get it back into the water just in time to save its life. Like most big cats, leopards are pretty dangerous animals, but when one got stuck in this well, fear didn't stop these brave villagers from coming together to save it. This poor jackal fell into a well, and because it was so aggressive, rescuing it was a big challenge. However, these people did not let that stop them from doing what's right, and they ended up pulling it out of the well and setting it free. This part of India sees a lot of animals stuck in wells, like this red sand boa. Thankfully, whenever someone sees an animal in distress, these fine gentlemen are there to save it.